Hello again, everyone. I have an entire wave of X-Men figures to look at today. Let's take a look at the Logan figure. This is actually Old Man Logan. The box just says Wolverine. And we know that this is kind of from the new movie, but it doesn't really look anything like Hugh Jackman. But it is a really, really cool figure. You can see he's kind of dressed up in cowboy gear. This is the second Old Man Logan. There was actually one that was put out in the Legendary Writers collection. The good news is if you look at the claws actually come all the way out. You can just take them out. So the nice thing about that is it makes it very, very easy to straighten them. So if you see a figure in the stores and the claws are all bent up, don't worry about it. Go ahead and get it. But once you open it up, you can just kind of adjust the claws and it will be perfectly fine. Here is Sunfire. He is the last of the all-new, all-different X-Men to finally get a figure. Warpath came out a while ago in a 2-pack with Deadpool, but they really need to redo him too. He's kind of neat because he has this gold paint deco that's kind of harder to see, but when you get a nice close-up, you can see it there. He's kind of a funny figure too because he actually came out. There's an Age of Apocalypse Sunfire that actually came out, which is kind of funny because, again, they put that out a long time ago, but then they never put out the original Sunfire. As you can see from the video, he has the same gummy attachments that we got with the Iron Fist figure that came in the Doctor Strange wave. We finally get a Dazzler figure, and she is just awesome in all of her 1970s glory. You can tell she's got feathered out hair. She comes with a microphone. She also has a mirror ball necklace. She is the first Marvel legend that I know of that has a pair of roller skates. She also comes with that wonderful doodad that we got from Doctor Strange and the Scarlet Witch in a nice clear rainbow pattern there. I imagine there was a great debate at Hasbro about whether to do her in this outfit or in her more contemporary 90s outfit. I'm really happy that they did this. It's just a really wonderful, weird, fun figure to have in your Marvel Legends collection. Here is Cyclops, the X-Men that, well, let's be frank here. Nobody really likes Cyclops, but I love this figure. This is the best Cyclops figure that we've ever had. My second place is going to be the Sentinel series Cyclops in his classic outfit, but this is great. This is a wonderful Jim Lee version with a wonderful head sculpt. He's got 2 fingers for his visor and 1 fist for, of course, fist bumps. If you look at his outfit, all of the yellow pieces are actually extra pieces that are kind of put on the outfit. This has a good and bad effect. If you look at the 4 pieces down here by his legs, they have a tendency to kind of slide down his body like an old man's socks. But again, this is just a wonderful Cyclops, and it's really, really wonderful to have the Jim Lee version finally. Here is Polaris. She's kind of this interesting character in the comics where she was a part of the old X-Men and a part of the new X-Men, but never really part of the X-Men in total. Kind of floats in and out. She looks a heck of a lot like the Scarlet Witch figure that they put out just a little while ago, but it kind of makes sense. She's actually Magneto's daughter as well. The funny thing that I think about Polaris every time I see her is she's one of the only characters that has a color-based theme, that of green, as you can see, but it's not part of her name. She should be called Green Polaris or something like that, keeping in the comic book tradition. If you look at the figure, it's a great figure, but it definitely has a lot of problems standing. Between her wonky legs and that cape, you're going to need to either use a stand or this is what I call a leaner, someone who has to lean against another figure or a wall in order to stand up. This is, of course, Shatterstar. Shatterstar was a member of X-Force. I don't think he was actually technically ever an X-Men. If you're looking at him and you have no idea who he is, here's a fun explanation. He is the father of Longshot by way of a gene sample. And then later on, Longshot and Dazzler actually get together and have a child who is actually Shatterstar. Yeah, that's a fun one to do the math on. And then he gets taken to the future and shenanigans ensue, we'll say that. If you look at the figure, they did a really, really great job with kind of a more obscure figure. They got his double sword right, and he also has a single sword. His head is kind of tucked in underneath his little headpiece there, but they've got his wonderful braids. Overall, a great figure for a really, really obscure character, if you will, in the Marvel Universe. Here is the figure that everyone is going to have the hardest time finding. This is the new improved Colossus. You can see I have him there with both of his interchangeable heads. I have a few different Colossus figures, but I do not have one with a beard or a spiffy 1950s haircut, so I'm going to go with that head. If you take a look at him, he's actually a really, really beautiful figure. He's wearing kind of this onesie jumpsuit, which reminds me of when I used to watch wrestling, but he is a huge figure. He's much larger than the other Colossus figures. He's about 7 inches tall. Perfect Colossus, in my opinion, to add to your X-Men collection. Okay, the last figure I want to look at is actually the Build-A-Figure Warlock. Actually, Warlock was one of my absolute favorite characters when I was a kid. He was just too cool for school when I used to read the New Mutants. You can see he's an absolutely beautiful Build-A-Figure, all original parts. He actually comes with an interchangeable hand, but I always feel any chance to have a buzzsaw on the end of your hand, you should go for it. Otherwise, it's just an amazing piece of work. His hair is perfect. He has these 2 tubes that actually come off of his arms and attached to the back. You might have a little bit of trouble getting them in there, but kind of once they're locked into place, they're good to go. Otherwise, just an absolutely 100% beautiful Build-A-Figure. Thanks for watching my video. I will have another one for you soon enough.